morning, guys. Today we're going to create a landscape painting, and for your supplies you're going to use paint. I'm using Crayola kids paint. It's washable. This is Mod Podge. You can use this, or if you have glue and water you can mix that instead, or you could use a clear gesso if you have those supplies. I'm going to use Mod Podge. I'm going to water it down just a little bit so I can paint it onto my piece of paper. You'll also need a paintbrush and a little bit of water for your Mod Podge. That's all. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is fold my paper in half, creating a horizon line. Bring your corners down to meet the others, and just a gentle fold so that we can reopen it. And that's going to be my guideline. On one side I'm going to have colored paint, and on the other side it's going to stay empty. The next thing we're going to do is mix up the clear Mod Podge so I have some consistency that I can easily paint on. Use some scissors, pop a little hole in there, and pour some Mod Podge into this bowl. Squeezing a little in. I don't need a whole lot. That looks good to me. And I'm going to use a plastic fork just because I have one. But Mod Podge is pretty washable, so you can use a regular spoon if you'd like. And that looks good. You don't want it too runny. If it is too runny, you can always add a little bit more Mod Podge. If it's too thick, you can add a little bit more water. Just play with it until it's a consistency that's easy for you to paint onto the paper. Okay, so our Mod Podge is ready. I'm just going to put a large paintbrush in there because we're covering a lot of surface space with the Mod Podge, so I'm going to use a large flat brush. And then I'm going to pick what colors I'm going to use for my landscape painting. And I'm using Crayola Kids washable paint, but you can just use whatever you have. There's blue. I'm going to use blue, so I'm just going to go ahead and open it up and put a paintbrush in there. So it'll be ready. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this top portion above the horizon line with the Mod Podge mixture that we created. I'm just going to do it quickly. This is going to make your paper wet and make the other paints easy to apply. If you don't have Mod Podge or gesso or even glue at home, you can do this project without this first step. This just allows your paints to transfer more easily without having to work as quickly, because you want to get them transferred before they dry. So work quickly if you don't have it and just go directly into your paints. The next thing that you're going to do is fold your paper over onto the painting and press it down firmly and evenly. Bring the corners up to match and fold it back down along that horizon line. Press it down. It's okay if some of the paint comes out the sides. If you have some excess paint when you press it down, just make sure you do press it down firmly so it does give that paint that has started to dry a little bit a chance to transfer. Now you're going to open it up and see how it turned out. So now we have a symmetrical design, and it is a mono print. Remember when we did our mono prints, it can only be done one time. And we printed this image back onto the opposite side. Here's where our water is through and our mountain is reflecting into our water. When this dries, we'll come back and add some details using Sharpie marker or just whatever you have to add your details. Okay, so my print is now dry. You can leave it as it is if you like it just the way it is, or if you would like to add some other details. I'm using a Sharpie fine point marker, and I'm just gonna draw right all over the paint a horizon line. You can outline some of the things that you created. I'm gonna outline the mountain. Maybe you have some birds flying in the sky. Getting farther and farther away, so they get smaller. And maybe because this is water down below your horizon line, you can create some ripples in your water. Just not too many, just a few here and there. Maybe there's a little tree line here. So you have some trees. These little details help make some of the ideas that you can see from the paint pop. Maybe there's a tree. You can add as much or as little as you like. You can add some ducks swimming in the water too. Thought this was really cute, so I have a mama duck and I'm gonna make a little baby duck. Same thing, but smaller. It's like an S shape. And come up and down for a little tail. And their feet are under the water. A little triangle. A little dot for the eye. And there's little baby following the mom. And you can make as many or as few as you like. Well, I hope you enjoyed doing this monoprint landscape picture and that you try it out on your own. Here's our finished piece. If you do try it, take some pictures and post them on the Art with Miss Hart Facebook page, because I'd love to see what artwork you're doing at home.